We in the car on the way to the house that I delivered the LVP to yesterday before we went to the hoarder, whatever that's called, man. That's not even, I mean, that's a mixture of hoarder, more like a trap house, a drug house. Before we went to the estimate over there, headed back to the 37th house for the LVP install. My guy Leo's there and his wife Savi, they work together. About to pick up some coffee, bring him some coffee, like to take care of him. Why? Because he's not just somebody I work with, that's my brother. So I got to make sure I take care of him. Mauso, he's Samoan, from Western Samoa. Amazing testimony with that guy, man. From Western Samoa, came here at the age of 21 or 22 or something very close to that. Him and Savi got married. She brought him over here, and he knew nothing. He didn't really know much. Definitely didn't know LVP. Definitely didn't know tiling. Honestly, barely even knew construction work. Really cool thing about this guy. He sailed, is it around the world? If I'm not mistaken, no, not around the world. He sailed from Samoa to New Zealand, old school style on I may be saying this wrong, but on like a charter or something like that. So basically in Hawaii, we have these canoes, right? So you have regular canoes, and then you got the big ones. Leo, I think they built it with their hands, and they went from Western Samoa all the way to New Zealand. And he was like 19 or 18. He said that was one of the craziest experiences of his life. They were on water for a year, so they would go from here to another place. They would stop. It took them like a month to get there. They would stop, and then they would work a little bit, right? They had to work to make some money, stock up on food again. And he said there's a time where they were at sea, and they were running out of food, or you're only supposed to eat as much as you're supposed to eat. See, I don't know anything about this. This is just his story. He says you have your rations. And anyways, what happened was Leo's young. He's Samoan. He likes food. So after they gave him his rations, he ends up eating more when everybody's asleep. And they noticed because he ate a lot. He didn't just eat a little, he ate a lot. They woke up and they were pissed. I mean, it was to the point where he was, they were thinking about throwing him off the boat. That's how crazy people get at sea, man. So that's an amazing story. I thought his is way more detailed, way better, and less butchered than I just did it. And well, he's the guy who's installing now. Ever since he's been here for over 10 years, and I'm really proud of him because he's just came from knowing nothing to having his own, to being an independent contractor and running his own small business, which is really cool. So we're basically partnering together. He's the guy I use for a lot of cosmetic work, because if they agree on the price and it's a 25% markup, a 50% markup for profit, and they agree on the price, and he gives me a price, not a deal price, just his normal price, and I'm able to make a profit and he's able to work, then I don't see why we shouldn't help each other. So there's enough food on the table for him to eat, him to do his work, for me to make a profit from that work, and then for me also to, if you will, double dip. What do I mean by double dip? So at this same job, like I said, I showed you guys yesterday that the backyard needs a lot of cleanup. There's a lot of yard debris, waste, stuff from the remodel, from the inside demolition, right? When they didn't gut it out completely, but when they did remove a lot of the things, it's in that dumpster overflowing. They can't take the dumpster if it's above the rim. So anyways, that's what I mean. So I've already done one full service junk removal for them, did the delivery on top of what Leo is doing. We're getting an extra $500. And then the after cleanup, or the after job site cleanup, and maybe even some landscaping for that area, we're going to get all of that. At least we should, as long as there's no surprises like there has been. So now we're finally smooth sailing. He's over there installing, grabbing some coffee, and that's where we're headed. Kids are with us because I homeschool my kids, so they've gotta just go along for the ride. Got to do their work. Once we're done, I'm thinking about, I have maybe a few bids to submit later today, but I have some free time and I haven't been able to go to Jiu-Jitsu in a while. So Sunday practice, Jiu-Jitsu, 12 p.m. Right now it's about 10:30. We're going to hit that up afterwards. Boys are going to be able to spar. I'm going to be able to get some rolls in and possibly even do some boxing and sparring. That'll be the workout. Let's go. Oh, where's Starbucks? Damn. I can only go that way? Man, Seattle, geez, the roads in Seattle is just, they make it more complicated than it needs to be. Way more complicated than it needs to be. You just condense everything. Alright, where is it at now? Where is this dang Starbucks? How do I get to it from here? Is this it? Where's it at? Oh, shoot. That's where it's at. I was looking the wrong way the whole time. Jeez, it ain't this, it's that.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi, good morning. Pretty good. How about yourself?
Thanks for asking. What can I start for you?
Hey, thanks for waiting.
Hi, no worries.
17:49 today. You can ask that question there. Hi, what can I get for you? Thank you.
Yep.
Alright, do you want stoppers or a straw?
Take a stopper. No, actually, no. Yeah.
It's a white mocha.
Thank you.
And the fog and the cold brew will just be a moment.
Okay, thanks. Cool. Look at that. You got college hunks right over there. And all sons moving, encountering each other. College hunks truck, kind of small. They got an Isuzu for a moving truck. Doesn't got that overhead space. These bigger companies, like the newer junk removal trucks too, they're...
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. They build up. The junk removal trucks build up, not long. So they basically get their cubic yardage not from the actual size of the bed, but from the height of the bed, meaning that they have a little bit of higher, they go a little bit higher in their space. All right, how do I get back to that street? I'm gonna take this right. They put way too much cream. Thanks for giving me milk. You know, that this little tipping culture is kind of getting out of hand, where you're on the mic and you're like, oh, okay, here, thank you very much, and they give you a little electronic thing and go, oh, okay, it's just gonna ask you a question. What? It's gonna ask me a question? What are you talking about? What kind of question is it gonna ask me? Oh, the question is tip. Really? Tip for what? What'd you do? Your job? It's like this tipping culture is getting out of hand. You know, it's funny though, I still gave her a tip. $1, just because she had a great attitude. All right, here we are. Got to deliver some coffee, see how they're doing, checking on them, and then head out. Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Here you go. I'm not sure which one's which. How you doing?
Thank you.
Wow.
What's up, Leo? It's the guy.
Thanks for coffee.
A man in an hour. Yeah, this is not level at all. Jeez. You can already see this big. This is a dip too, huh?
Yeah.
You can see that dip right there. Yeah, they rushed, man. This whole house. You can even see the hump there, and then it dips down there. They rushed in the whole. Yeah, you could see the way. You could literally see it from here. Whoop. So more. This is the small project. Small install that just keeps giving and giving and giving and giving more and more problems. Big problems. Unnecessary problems. Problems that don't even have to exist. As you guys can see, I was talking to Leo, so I couldn't really film much. Plus this is new for me. People are starting to, hey man, why are you filming every part of our conversation? As you can see, I mean, there is blotches and blobs of feather finish and self-leveling in there. And you're not supposed to have that. You're supposed to sand that down, taper it down so that you don't have any lips sticking up or any unevenness or unlevelness. And the person that they say prepped the floor and got it level didn't do that at all. They didn't do it. They just didn't do it. It's not level. It's a wave. You can see there's a hump where whatever support is on the underneath, and you can see it just goes down and it dips. It's almost like they did their part in the kitchen, but it's like they simply just gave up once they got to the living room area. That's at least how I see it. I feel like they ended up just giving up. Like they just like got tired. It's probably 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. They're doing a side job after the work that they did all day, just trying to get some easy money. And they just poured it and was like, should I take this flat trowel, and kind of do what I'm supposed to do, guide the feather finish. The feather finish doesn't do things by itself. Self-leveling doesn't do it all by itself. You're supposed to guide it. You're supposed to help it. You're supposed to taper it. Didn't do any of that. If in the video, maybe you can see where I put my finger down next to just a small spot where they where the feather finish was, which is where they drip. You could see them. It's so imperfect. They just dripping, knowing that stuff's going to harden up and someone's going to have to sand it. All they had to do is just, trowel that. Simple things like that. It's about a quarter inch thick in random spots for no reason that adds no purpose. So I texted the two people I've been dealing with on the thread. Again, the project manager, he's easy to talk to, straight to the point. He's a guy. What do you need? This. What happened? This. Okay, what do you think it's going to be projected extra for this amount? Well, actually, in fact, I can't give you that amount because I'm waiting for my guy Leo to give me his amount. Why am I waiting for him? And why does he have to give me his amount? Is because he won't really know until midday. Because what Leo's doing is he's taking out nails, part of floor prep. There was a carpet there. They didn't pull the nails out. He's pulling out nails and sanding and vacuuming while he's going. He has to prep, sand, pull nails out, and install as he goes. And then he can calculate if only half the room is done. Then he can calculate, oh man, this is going to cost a lot extra. Sissy. This is going to cost a lot more than we thought. If only half the room is done in half the day, because he has to do two things at once, then the whole room will be finished in one day, which means he's going to be spending at least 3 days there. We projected 1.5. I gave him $1,000. He quoted 1,000. It's probably going to be like an extra 1,000. So Jack goes, how much extra do you think? I said, I don't know. At the very minimum, $250 to $500 extra. Realistically, I think it's actually going to be $1,000 extra. That's what I think. Just because when you have to correct something and undo something and then do it the right way, that's twice the work because you're correcting someone else's work. Again, I thought I was creating a long-term relationship and investing into the relationship by saying, you know what, yeah, we'll just do the install. We won't need to do the prep. You said you guys did the prep. Okay, I didn't even check it. That's my fault as well. I didn't check the prep yesterday when I delivered. I just assumed lights are off. Okay, prep's good. He gets in, and I see what's going on. He's trying to be a good sport. He doesn't want to complain. He doesn't want to say anything. He's doing his thing. But I told him, man, you need to tell me so that I can charge them accordingly and pay you accordingly. I know we're friends, brothers in Christ, but this is business, and you need to be paid what you are owed, and you need to be paid what you're worth and the work that you do, and I want to pay you that because it's the right thing. So let me know. So he's like, I'll have to let you know in a little bit. Okay, that makes total sense. So I think it's at least going to be $500 at least extra. So yeah, I think this house is really down on maybe past budget. I do know what happened when the funding that they had, the extra funding that they had originally, what I'm thinking is they use creative financing. They don't actually finance from a bank. They use creative financing, almost like how a syndicate would be, where you bring a bunch of people together and you got 40, you got 80, you got this. So I think what she did was she has her money, and then she had a partner, and then you have the project manager, and then she had another investor with her, and it was just a normal dude who had like $250,000 laid aside or a certain amount. And basically what she did was she pitched them and told them that, hey, for this much I can get you a return. You put up 250 grand. By the time we sell the house, we bought it for 500, we sell it for 750 or 800, I can get you a return of $100,000. He goes, okay. Well, this house so far, I think they purchased it during the winter time, probably how they got the deal, and so far it's been just taking a really long time, and they've been getting setbacks because they're choosing the wrong people. And that's a good lesson, is that who is on your team matters big time, because they can make or break you. And I think she just keeps choosing the cheapest person or people that she gets along with, because she definitely is like a conversational type of person, a vibrant, like extroverted personality, share, like the type to like share a lot when you first meet her in the first encounter. Maybe she's just like choosing people based on what they said. As far as the tile guy, you know what? I'm almost certain that that's exactly what she's doing. Because the person who laid the tile, she was like, well, I asked him if he did tile, and he said, yeah. So I'm assuming the guy came and did like a job for them. I'm not sure what kind of a job, but he did an actual job for them. And then she's like, oh, well, he's a carpenter. Hey, let me save some time rather than looking for a real tile guy and paying him accordingly. Let me save $1,000 and some time and ask this guy. And guess what? The guy says yes. Why? Because he wants a cash grab. He wants to get paid. Oh, yeah, I do. How hard can it be? I do carpentry. Then he tries to lay tile, subway tile that is also, and it's crooked. Spacers are left in there. Tells his helper to grout. And you can't expect much from a helper when he grouts if he doesn't usually grout and he's a carpentry helper. It's going to look like crap, and he's going to forget to take out the spacers. You know what? He didn't forget to take out the spacers. I've done that for 3 years, tiling for 3 years. You don't forget to take out the spacers. You just get lazy. You just think, oh, you know what? I'll just grout over it. That's what I'll do. Can't do it. Or the spacers are stuck. It's called grab a razor and cut them out or scrape them out. And they didn't want to do that. So I think that's what happened. And now she's paying for it again. We're coming in and we're fixing someone else's work. I said, hey, Jack, don't take this the wrong way, but if we work together in the future, if you ask us to do some more flooring, we have to do the prep with the flooring, or we won't do the flooring for you anymore. It's because we have to make sure that the the prep is up to our standards. And so I'd rather my guy do the prep and the install, so we knock out two birds with one stone, rather than coming in, fixing someone else's work or undoing it, and then doing our work on top of it. We're not going to do that for free, so you guys are going to get charged extra, but you can really avoid that simply by just letting us do it in the beginning, rather than getting charged double or paying double for something that should have been done right the first time. You can tell they just rushed, they just did it and dipped out. They didn't know what they were doing, just another cash grab. They may have made money, but that stuff hurts people in the long run. Just do what you're supposed to do. Run your business. If you have a business, run your business like it's a legit business. Don't run it like it's a rinky-dink, under the table side hustle, and like you're not gonna have to see these people later. Man, you do that, like you're not gonna have customers. We're headed to the gym now. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, I'll keep you guys posted at the end of today, and I'll let you know what's the extra charge that we have to put on top of it. Here at the gym. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Oh, sorry. There.
Come get beat up, Pete.
That's one scenario.
Come get beat up.
There's other scenarios.
Not for you.
What's up, bro?
I did not. Oh, yesterday was Tuesday. I was supposed to go.
What's up? We just got back to the house. I called up Leo. He let me know, I think maybe an extra 300. And I said, you sure? 350? You want to do 350? He said, no, I think an extra 300 is just fine. What's going to have to happen is Leo's going to have to take some feather finish, self-leveling, mortar, whatever you want to call it. But he's going to have to basically trowel it and level the ground, right? Pour it and then level the ground. And while that's drying, he's going to skip over to the living room and start that side, and then come back the next day, sand it, prep it, and then start to lay the remaining part of, if you call that the family room. I mean, what's the difference? Family room, living room, family room. It's just semantics, right? But then he's going to finish the remaining of the family room and the kitchen, where I told her that I would send it to her by the end of the day. But I mean, he said 300, so I added on an extra 100 just in case. So I let her know it's going to be an extra 400 on top of the balance of 1032. He should be done pretty much with most of everything except for the side that he levels tomorrow, and then come back the next day and finish that within a few hours. He said that he got pretty far today, as much as he could go in that specific area. So I think Leo makes off with $1,300 for, you know, working at his own speed and his own pace for like 2 days. So to me, that's a good deal. That's an extra $100. All I did was deliver, got paid for that. And the company makes $650 at the end of the day. And $400 is not a lot. If you guys see, we made $600 in 2 hours, and the homeowner was just willing to depart from it, right? $1,700 in 9.5 hours on our move from that 4-story gentrified building. We did $1,300 in 4 hours off of 2 curbside pickups. It was a load and a quarter, And the other one was a full load, curbside full load. So 500 for the other one. That literally took us 10 minutes to load. I wish I would have recorded things horizontal like this so you guys could have seen, because I basically sped it up, right? What's it called? Time lapse. And at the end of us loading the truck, from us arriving, it was 10 minutes. 10 minutes, $500 in cash. The first one was 2.5 hours because we had to go to the dump the full load, come back, and then pick up the rest of the quarter. It was a little more than the quarter, but I gave her a deal anyway because she had extra fees on top of that. She had the $33 for the appliance and the $33 for the mattress. None of that goes to us, but it was nice. So it was $1,300 in cash from her as well. Not $1,300. Hers was $800, and that whole thing on a Saturday, from start to finish, was 4 hours, $1,300. So I'm looking at this like, this ain't much, but I ain't doing nothing for it. And Leo's okay with the price, $1,000 for installing the LVP and then $300 for the floor prep. Okay, so I'll just add on an extra $100. That's how I'm thinking about it. If you were wondering, if you do things differently, if you do it better and you're watching this, man, let me know. Say something in the comments. If you want more information, say something in the comments. If you want me to make something clear, say something in the comments. Here's another thing. If you're enjoying this content, just comment. Say something. Say that you're here. It really helps. It helps the algorithm. I know you hear that in other YouTube videos, but it actually really does help the algorithm, and it helps me make more of this because I'm getting feedback. So yeah, I would really appreciate that.